Hiya, Laurie here, welcome back. So first of all, I'm going to apologise if you can hear weird noise in the background. I have a fan going as it's hecka hot, but I apologise. I did try to kind of get it as far away from the camera as possible to dilute the noise, but if you can still hear it, I am very sorry, but it is just way too hot to film or do anything without a fan on. If you're in the UK at the moment, you know what I mean. It is ridiculously hot. I'm not complaining, just making an observation. But anyway, I'm going to be doing something that I've been desperate to do all year. I don't know if you remember, but at the end of last year I did a Panda haul selected haul, and then I did a couple of videos on using the items, and one item that I was desperate to use was these guys. So I got these from Panda haul selected. I will link it below. It is a sort of craft and jewellery sort of site. It sells beautiful beads. I mean, these ones are just one example. The way the light, I don't know if that's coming up on camera, but the way the light hits these is amazing. It looks like something out of a fairy tale. And like, you know when you see something on TV and it sparkles and you're like, they've obviously done something, they've edited that. This does that. Like, without the camera I can see all those sparkles, and it's just, oh, they're just so gorgeous. I've been desperate to use them, but I did promise to do this one's got like a little bit of glue still on it or something. I did promise to do a tutorial on how I do my bookmarks. So I've got a few different bookmarks that I do. I also got this from Panda haul selected. Like I said, I will leave the link below and a discount code as well for you guys to use. I definitely recommend that you check it out, especially if you have your own like Etsy store. Some of the gift boxes that they have are just amazing, and they're really reasonably priced. It kind of reminds me of AliExpress. It's got a little bit of everything and really good prices. The best part is though, it doesn't take like 3 months to get to you. It's pretty quick shipping. I think I get them within a week or just over a week when I order from them, and I do order from them quite a lot, like I said, especially for like my Etsy store. The gift boxes that they have are just gorgeous, and again they have like a lot of different varieties for that. But yeah, so I got this chain and it came with little hoop rings and little lobster clips, which is great. But the kind of bookmark I'm going to be doing today is a ribbon bookmark. Like I said, there's so many different bookmarks that you can make. If you would like me to do some sort of like a little series on that, showing you a different bookmark every other week or something, let me know below. And I will definitely do that, because there's a ton of different kind of bookmarks you can do for a ton of different kind of books. But these, I will try to link these below. I can't even remember what they're called, but they have a little sort of hoop ring at the back there. Hold on, see if this works better. Got my wee tweezers here. So they have a little hoop ring for you to hook onto at the back, and then they have really serrated edges, so kind of like a grip or something, and that's what grips onto your ribbon, or whatever fabric you want to use. I'm going to be using this ribbon. I'm making this for a junk journal that I'm working on at the moment. So the first thing you need to figure out obviously is how long you want to make your bookmark. So the cool thing about this is like a double-sided bookmark. So what you would do is you would droop it over a page and it would dangle out both sides of the page, or you could put it through like your signature so it dangles in two randomly different spots, or you can even remove it once you're finished working in that journal and use it in another one. It's not connected in any way to the actual book. I'm just going to grab a lighter for the edge of my ribbon. Like I said, you can use other materials. I wouldn't recommend elastic, because obviously your beads or charms, whatever you put it on, will obviously tug on that and lengthen it. This is the journal. I've still put the actual signatures inside it, but this is the journal that I'm making this for. And as you can see, I've used the same ribbon for the back for like a corset sort of style. So I need my ribbon to fit these pages. So obviously I've not got pages in it just yet. So what I want to do is the pages won't be as tall as the actual cover. So I want to take it just kind of above that. And I'm going to kind of use this as a guideline and trim it down. Oh, should have grabbed scissors beforehand. I've been fussy cutting, and so all my scissors are kind of over at my other desk because after a while I switch scissors to see if it's less painful. So I'm just going to chop off that ragged edge there. And then, where did I put it? There we go. I'm going to burn the edges. You always want to burn the edge of a ribbon because it will fray if you don't. And even if you put this on it, it will still fray. This isn't going to keep it from doing that. And then the whole thing will fall apart within a very short amount of time. My fan is like pushing the flame into my hand. Just need to kind of lick it. You don't have to do anything extensive with it. Obviously, if you are a child, please get an adult to help you with this. It is still dangerous. You do not want to do this without, at the very least, an adult supervising. So I quickly measured this just in case you're curious. It is 39 centimeters or 15 inches, just in case you want to use the same length, which I highly doubt, but just in case, because this is a generic sort of sized journal. So if you're making it for just like a regular A5 sort of size journal, this should be fine for you. Obviously you want to suit it to your own book though. So tools we're going to need, I just grabbed a few more eyelets, hoop rings or whatever, you know what I'm called. I literally said the name 10 minutes ago. These guys, so I just grabbed a few more of these anyway. Jump rings, there we go. Tool wise, I've grabbed some pliers to cut with. Can't remember what they're called, but the ones that trim the metal, like the wire and the chain and things like that. You're going to need some curling pliers, so the ones that will curl the metal. I swear I can talk, I really can. Wire, there we go, the metal wire. And then I've grabbed two types of just regular pliers. It really doesn't matter, you could have two of this, or any other kind of pliers. You do want them to be relatively small because obviously it is small things that we're working with. You don't want to go in with a massive pair and then it's just going to be really quite difficult. You could do it, but it's just going to make it more furry for you. And last but not least, we need some wires. So these are sort of pins for making jewellery, alright? So it's got like a little stopper here, if you can see that. It looks like a nail basically, but it's got a flat end. It's not pointy, it's not sharp. And these are quite long. We don't actually need them to be this length, but I don't have any short ones. So this is what we're working with. And obviously that's what these are for. These will trim that down to the size that we need them to be. And obviously I'm using bronze because that is the colour of my chain. So I'm using bronze pins. Obviously you can use silver. You can also get the kind that already have a loop on them, like so, and that way you can have like a dangle hanging from it as well. But you can recreate that with this. You would just chop that off and add a ring at the top before you start beading it. I've also got some bead caps here and here and here. I do have more, but they're in another box. So I've got some bronze and sort of antique bronze, like the red tinged ones. I've got some silver, bead caps, and obviously some random chain that I won't be using, but that's the kind of things you're going to want to get, as some beads, some charms, some bead caps if you want that look. Oops. Just kind of grabbing the right colours. And you can also get bead dividers. So these are little circular beads, and then they've got like little gems or something in the middle, and what you would do is put a bead on either end, and it just gives you that extra little pajazz. They're not necessary, it's just pretty. I'm going to grab a few of those. I don't have any bronze of those, but I don't think it matters because they're gems, so I'm just going to grab a few so that I can pop this out the road. And obviously be careful when you are ordering bead caps, because obviously you can see they come in a lot of different sizes, so you want to make sure that you're getting the right size for your beads, because obviously there's a vast difference between this one and this one, and then even between this one and this one. So if you're using really big beads, great, get a big one. If you're using little normal size beads, make sure you get the small ones. So I'm just going to grab a bunch of these guys as well, and then these come in either, you can pick your colour or you can get a mixture of colours, which is what I did. And I'm just going to grab 2 bronze. So you only do need 2 of these, and it's purely to just go on the end of your ribbon. And again, you're going to want to make sure you get the right size, because obviously if this was like this size, that would look ridiculous attached to this. And obviously if I was using a larger piece, like say a thicker piece of ribbon that was like this wide, it's going to look ridiculous because it's not covering it. So just make sure you're getting the right grips for the right item. That makes sense. And again, I got these off of AliExpress. I don't know, I hadn't seen them on Panda haul, but I will leave the link down below for the ones that I have bought. But even if it's not there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some on my hand, because I find this works a lot better. And if you just screenshot that and do a reverse image search in AliExpress, you'll find a ton of people, alright, that sell this. And like I said, some will sell them in different sizes, some will sell them in different colours, and I just find that the reverse image search works a lot better than the links, because like I said, a lot of different people sell them, and the person I bought them from might have stopped selling them, and therefore you would need to buy them from a different shop, or they might be cheaper in another shop. So when you do the reverse image search, it gives you all the shops that sell this particular item. So this is just Uhu acrylic glue. I love this glue, it is really good. It is very, very similar to the fabric glue, like Fabri-Tac or whatever it's called, but it's just easier for me to get a hold of it because I can buy it from the shop rather than online. But I don't like the bottle that it comes in. I much prefer the like Fabri-Tac or whatever it's called glue container. So I just basically fill it up, and I'm just going to do that now while I've got it here because I'm actually running low. But I just take it out of here and put it in here. But yeah, so if you ever see me using this, that's what it is. It's ooh. So I'm just kind of trying to keep those little beads in my scissor handle so that they're safe-ish. And then I'm going to grab my pliers, and I'm going to kind of just sit it. We're going to attempt to sit it. Okay, so now I'm going to take my glue, and I'm just going to put a little dollop in there, and then insert my ribbon and kind of hold it there, and then squeeze. And then I'm just going to take this to the grippy bit right on the edge and give it a good squeeze. and that's just going to kind of grip right in there, and they're going to kind of almost latch on together because it is such a fine material. And do the same. And there we go. We now have one on either end. And then I'm going to take one of these little jump rings, just so I can get into it. And I've got my wee pin box here, so I'm just going to pour these in there. And I'm going to put one on either side of the bookmark. So when you're opening your jump rings, you want to twist, you don't want to pull. So don't like pull them all open, twist them open. And this is why you need 2 sets of pliers. So by pulling it open, you will weaken the integrity of the actual hoop, which will obviously make it more likely to snap later on. So you just twist it ever so slightly. You don't need to twist it very far. And there we go. We now have a hoop on the end to hang some fun stuff on it. Now obviously I'm going to be hanging gems, like beads. You can hang whatever you want. Tassels, charms, anything you want. And you can hang as much as you want. It is entirely up to you. You can put tons on, you could put one thing on. There is no rules, it's just your preference. Because this is purple, I'm going to obviously stick to purple for my gems, like my beads, colour wise. So I'm probably going to do a lot of these ones. Mixed with obviously other colours. So I need this. And I'm going to open this guy here. And these are just like little flower bead caps. They look like a little flower. And I'm going to put this on first. Now that's bent, don't worry about that, we're not going to even reach that far. It's just because of how long and thin they are. They get bent when they arrive sometimes. And it's completely fine. Okay, so we now have this. So let's see, I might put a wee partition in and see how that looks. And I might even just put another purple there. And I think I'll do a few like this and kind of dart them throughout. So that's what it looks like there. Sorry if that's not focusing great. Focus. Right. Sorry, I think that's the best my phone's gonna do, sorry. So now we need these pliers, and I like to put a finger's width between. So I will hold it here. And that's left me that amount. And then we take these guys. Obviously the higher up you go, the wider your loop is going to be. So I like to do it kind of midway. And I just kind of hold the tip, turn, come back, turn, come down to the bottom, and turn back ever so slightly, and we now have this. And then what I like to do is just to make sure that that's nice and secure, as I take my tweezers and just kind of press it both ways, and that just makes sure that's not going anywhere, and that it's nice and closed. So I'm going to go and make a few of these, so I'm going to make 6, 3 for each side, and I will be right back. Okay, so that's me made 6 of these guys, so I've just popped them on the lid there, and what I've been doing is the cut off part, so the bit that I've cut from here is still relatively long, so I've just been adding hooks at the end, and that will give me the double hook stick, or whatever you want to call it, a pin. So again, I'm just holding on to the stick or the pin, and I'm curling it twice, and then I'm going down to the edge of it, so right where the hook ends and meets the stick again, and then I'm curling back on myself, and it just gives you that nice little curve so that it's all straight. And I'll close it off with the pliers so that it's nice and secure, and I can pop it on something and no, it won't fall off. So I also went and grabbed some more beads so that I can kind of mix them in together, and I also went and grabbed some more bead caps. So this, I honestly can't even remember where I got this. It was so long ago, and it's a shame because it is a really good set. It comes with all of these guys. You've got different dividers, different heads. I will try and find a link to, if not this one, something very similar, and put it below, but no promises, because like I said, it's been years since I bought this. And I'll even ask my friend Laurie, because I'm pretty sure she recommended the store. So Laurie, if you remember what it is, pop the link below. And if not, I will try to find something similar. But it is a very handy thing, and if you are looking to get into like beadwork or whatever, it is definitely a good buy. So like I said, I went and grabbed some more beads as well. So I'm just going to kind of pop these to the sides. I keep my beads in the sort of toolbox, and I've got separate compartments, so I just they'll kind of sit on top of each other inside this toolbox. So I just kind of grabbed a couple of the top tubs. If you hear my kids, I'm sorry, they've just kind of came in from outside the other now, and they're playing next door. So this one is very similar to these. It's got that iridescent colour changing, shiny look to it. So I think what I'm going to do is take a clear one, and pop it on and see how this looks. I think that's too thingamabout. Let's see how it would look with a little head on it. So these are very, very simple. So yeah, these are very simple styled caps. I don't even know if that's going to come up because they're very fine, but they are pretty. And like I said, they come in all different colours. They're gold, silver and bronze in there. You put it in like that. And let me see if there's some other bronze. There we go. Oh, we've got two there. And there we go. So we're going to make a few of these up. And then I can add another bead or charm to the bottom of that one, because it's got the hoop at the top and the bottom. So let's see. Do you want maybe one of these? Because these are pretty too. I've not had this out in so long, I've actually forgotten what's inside it. So if I grab this little guy and this little guy, or do I want to leave that out and just have it like that? Yeah, that's pretty. I think I might do it the, well, it doesn't really matter actually what way I do it, because that'll have a hook on either end. Okay, so let's see what else is here. I think I'm going to do another one of these, but with a flower on top this time. I'm actually going to just make 2 of everything so that I have, like, the both sides look very similar to each other, or identical even. So as you can see, I'm not putting a bead cap or a partition thingy in every single one. You don't need to. You don't need to use bead caps at all, or partitions. You can just use beads and charms, or just beads on their own. It's just, I want like a little bit of diversity. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hang these from these. So these are little love hearts, and they've got like a purple inside. That one's black, but it's got like a purple inner rose in colour. So I'll do another purple, and I'll do another one like that. I'm going to pop it on here just on its own. I think that might be slightly too big. Oops. So I'm just going to take the tiniest amount off of there. So usually when I'm doing this, like I said, I hadn't done it in a while, so I forgot, but when I showed you me trimming it, I did this, which when I'm actually doing it, I use my ring finger and my thumb, and that way I can also kind of use this finger and this finger to kind of, I'll show you with a longer one actually, because it's hard to show you, but when I'm holding this, I will do this so that I'm catching this, so it doesn't just go pinging off when I cut it. So I will hold my ring finger and my thumb, and that's my guide, and I will cut just above it, and then this bit I will hold so that it doesn't just fly somewhere. So it's always good to kind of hold on to the end. So here I'm just kind of, I don't even really need to cut anything off that actually, I'm just going to be a little bit longer. But here, if it was this short, I would just put my finger on top, and that would kind of stop it from flying around the place, because the second you cut it off, it does kind of ping away if you're not holding it. So now what I'm going to do is I grab these two and these two, and I'm going to take 2 jump rings and my other little pliers, and I'm going to attach those with a jump ring, and again twist away from each other. And like I said, you don't need to twist it that far, like that's literally the tiniest twist, because obviously it's something very thin that you're slipping it onto. Just pop them both inside the way that you want them to sit. Line it back up. I like to give it a little squeeze on either side to make sure that it's touching each other. I'm not going to kind of go like this. I want them to sit like this and pressed up against each other. I don't want the ring to kind of go like that. So I just pop that in there like this. This is now what we've got. I like it. Got these guys here, so I'm going to grab a couple purple. I think that's blue actually. So I've got 2 purple, and I think I'm going to mix them with these ones. So let me see here. I'm going to put a little cap. I'm going to take these partitions out because I will be using partitions on this one. I'm going to use 2 bronze ones. These ones are really cool. They kind of remind me of something like the old toy where you would press it and it would spin. I've got a little dent in my pin, so I'm just going to kind of use my pliers to kind of push it out. And then I can kind of straighten it back up. See if that's enough. These have got quite small holes, these ones. Like I said, I pinch it like so, grab it here, and then trim it there. And again, that's probably long enough for me to use later on or on another project. Okay, so this is my last bead tub, and that's what I can hang off those. I've got butterflies. I forgot I had those. And I think I've got little black ones that kind of shimmer and shine. Okay, so I've got 2 here. So I'm going to pop these on. And I'm just popping them on all on their own, nothing else. And I've done it upside down. Of course I have. So I went away to fix it, and then I realised I should actually show you that in case you're not sure how to fix that mistake. So I needed to put these on upside down so that this bit's on its bum basically, rather than this being, you know what I mean, so that when it dangles it's actually the right way around. Now as you can see, I didn't do that. So it's upside down, so if I was to dangle this it would be upside down. So you're basically just going to reverse what you did. So you're going to unroll this, so you're going to use your same pliers that you used if you can get them in, and you're just going to turn it back on itself as far as you can go, and then grab that very end piece and do the same, and just try and get it reasonably flat. And then you're going to take your pliers. So I'm just taking the shorter version of my pliers, the shorter one, and you're going to find where it curves, and you're basically going to try and go against that and press it, and you will feel the tension, and that's good. So again, it's curling up the way, so I need this to flatten out. And the way to kind of stop your bead from spinning around is just make sure you're touching it. Push your finger into it, like hold on to your bead and push against it, and just keep working with it. You will get it. It won't be perfect because there's just no way of doing that, but you just want to be able to get your bead off like so. So as you can see, it's not perfect, but it is reasonably straight. So my bead came off, and then I'm just going to pop it back on the right way this time. So there we go. And then I'm just going to do the exact same thing and close it. And this way you don't have to kind of cut it off and you're wasting a pin, because obviously they don't grow on trees. So if you can salvage it, definitely do so. They're just so tiny, it's so furry. There we go. So again, I'm going to grab 2 jump rings and these guys and side away. There we go. So I'm going to have it hanging. I'm just going to kind of grab this here so you can see better. Tweezers actually. So I'm going to have it hanging like so. So the bottom part is like the the heavier part. Now obviously you can do it either way, it's just preference, you could do it that way. I don't know, it just feels to me like that would be the bottom. And obviously everybody's different. If that looks like the top to you, more power to you, make it the top. I need these ones because they're easier to pinch whilst in my hand. The pliers that I'm using at the moment I got from Pound World, or Pound Shop rather, here in the UK, and they come in a group of 3 if I remember, for £1 obviously. So obviously if you're in the UK it is worth checking to see if they're still there, because I use them. I got like 2 or 3 packets and I use them all the time, not just for obviously bead making, but they are so useful and durable for £1. And there we go. I'm going to do that again. So let's see what we've got here. So I've got round ones, which is the same idea as a little heart. So I've got like a colour, I've got the purple colour on the inside, and then like a pinky rose drawn, you see that, on there as well. And then I've got like big massive beads and stuff, and I've got these little purple ones which I like to use. So I think I'm going to do 2 of these. So let's see here, I'm going to use a bead cap. I think I'll use this one just to be different. I need to find another one that's the same though. I think that might be one actually. Yep. Okay. I'm going to pop that on. And pop that one on. And then I'll show you the bead cap because it's just easier when it's actually on. How pretty. I'm really sorry if this isn't focusing great. There we go. I think. And then I'm going to take one of these gem, like diamond style dividers again, and I'm going to take one of these possibly. That's got something on it. I don't know what it is. It's almost like a bit of a bracelet. There we go. It is. It's like a bit of a bracelet. Strange. Like fishing wire. I'm going to pop that on there. Then maybe want 2. Let's see how it looks with 2. Let me see, where's the... I've got another divider. So this is going to be quite a tall one. And that's bead and bead cap. I think I'm going to take one of the middle beads out because I think it's just a tad too much. Just leave it there because I need it for the next one. And bead cap. And let's see how that looks. I like it. What do you think? And there we go. I'm going to make another one of those. So I've got these sort of larger clear ones, very similar to the one I just used. So I think I'm going to use one of these kind of in between 2 of these. So let's see how that looks. And I don't think I'm going to use like bead caps or anything on this one. I'm just going to pop them on and see how that looks. I like it. Sorry, my camera stopped there, but I could use these ones and put one on either side, so I'm going to see how that looks. If you didn't see, I don't know where that cut out, but I'm going to use these, and I've done another hoop style. So let's see how that looks. Let's see how it looks with just one. So I think I'm going to leave it with the two. Yeah, so I kind of went ahead and finished these because my phone's been a pain in the neck and its memory is like dead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a two-parter because I don't think I'm going to fit anything else on to this. So what I'm going to do is finish these. So these are the ones that I did. That's them all there. So I'm going to finish these by adding some charms onto them because obviously some of them are the double hoop. So I'm going to add some charms to these two. I'm going to add these. Where are they? These little thingies to these little thingies. And there we go. I was about to say. We'll see where we go from there. I'm just going to try and basically finish the beads off and stuff like that, and then we will finish the rest of the bookmark in another video because my memory on my phone is just non-existent at the moment. So I'm going to hold my waist and zoom through this little bit here. Okay, so that's those all connected. So I need 6 charms, preferably 3 different charms, and then make them the same on each side. So I've got these cool roses that I love to use, so that's 2. And these hearts, again, I'm trying to stick to bronze because obviously that's the colour of the chain and all that jazz. And I think maybe a key. So I don't want it to be too big because it's going to be dangling off the side. So these little guys are probably the right size, but I want 2 that are the same. But I like that wee rose, so or these wee hearts, actually, these are cute. So I will use these 2 here. So as you can see, I actually ended up needing another charm, so I picked these little tree of life. It's a kind of witchy theme that I'm going for this journal, if you didn't notice. The Celtic symbol on the front. So I'm going to call it a day here. I've got all my individual gems up here and then all my gems and charms up here. I will probably add a few other charms, but we will see how it goes. And like I said, I will do part 2 next week. I hope you enjoyed this and you maybe learned something and crafted along maybe. But thanks for watching. I hope you are well and I will see you again soon. Take care and God bless. Bye.